Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. This is a Friday feedback edition, and don't forget, we've got Claude Harmon III coming up very, very soon, so look out for that one.
Wait.
Well, first comment here, this comes from David. David has talked about Claude Harmon. David has said, Nick and Mark, when are you doing the interview with Claude Harmon III, or have I missed it?
Nope,
What
done.
about also trying to interview David Graham?
David Graham would be a beauty.
He would be a great one to
He
get
would
on.
be a beauty. So much history, from club making to turning professional as a left-hander and then going right-handed and winning 2 majors.
And
Where
the-
would you start with David Graham?
Well, the hitting 18 fairways, 18 greens
At Merriam
at Marion.
to win a US Open.
Did he hit all the greens?
I reckon he missed the first fairway by
Missed
6
the first
inches
fairway.
and then hit every fairway and every
Every
green.
green from then on, yeah. I'd probably start with that. But by the way, have you got Steve Elkington replied to you yet or not?
Oh, my God. Don't mention the war, Nick.
Okay,
No,
sorry.
no, and it's really pissing me off because he follows me on Twitter and I follow him.
Yeah.
And we've,
Oh, we
I don't
made
know
you the
what's
number
going
one
on.
golf swing ever.
Oh,
that's right.
So,
You're
anyway.
the number one.
I've got an idea. If he won't reply,
It will drop him.
get his brother on.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That'll piss him off.
True.
Well, he worked for Titleist for a long time. He was a great
We
man.
should get say, well, we couldn't get Steve, but we
Yeah,
get
we
you.
could. We should get his brother on.
And to answer David's first question, the Claude Harmon interview, no, you have not missed it. It will go live next Tuesday, David, and it's a ripper. It's a ripper. We played a video of Keegan a while ago taking an absolute age to play a putt, and you guys sort of talked your way through it. And there's a timer on the screen and yada, yada. It was, that's flying. That's had like 140,000 views, that video.
It's amazing.
It's extraordinary.
Amazing
and
people have sat through it. So.
Yeah.
I have indeed. However, Stash disagrees with what you guys said about Keegan in that video.
Okay.
Here's what Stash has said. I can't wait to see what you guys think of this. He's a pro golfer. He's got a routine. 70 seconds is not too long. You buffoons belong on the wall of shame.
70 seconds.
I think it was a lot more than 70, wasn't
It
it?
was almost, it was a minute and a half, I think, the way I remember it. Maybe it was 70 seconds, I don't know. But no. Just there's no other way. You just can't do this sort of stuff.
When someone can hit the winning putt at an Open Championship in 22 seconds,
That's right.
and you've taken 70 to hit your
Yeah.
bogey putt at round 2 of something, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know
anyway.
what? You know what? Here's the thing with that particular putt. If it was on the 16th or 17th hole and it was a par save to remain one in front, you know what? We'd all go, no worries.
well,
But it wasn't. It was like round 2.
Yeah.
It was like the 15th hole that meant nothing.
to that point, it's funny. I was watching last week's tournament, the Wyndham Championship, where Michael Brennan won, and they were on the clock a lot because of Bo Hostler, because he was pretty
I
slow.
didn't know that.
But Michael Brennan also takes his time, and on the 17th green, he had a putt. I think he was 2 or 3 in front at the time. 17th green, second last hole, hasn't won in whatever, and he's on the clock. You get 50 seconds, right?
Yep.
He took 2 minutes 30
Nothing happened.
to hit the putt. Nothing happened. That was brutal to watch, by the way. But to your point, it was on the 17th hole.
17th hole.
But the group in front had finished the 18th.
Yeah.
Like there was over a hole. And anyway, but the tour.
Were they the last group?
They were the last group.
Yeah, so the reason they're on the clock is because they've got to finish on their allotted time for the networks.
But still, there's got to be some sort of, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed that Stash knows more about times and appropriate times than the R&A do, because
He sounds
they
like
don't
he
think
knows
70
his stuff,
seconds
old
is
Stash.
okay.
I wonder who's on the wall of shame.
Yeah. Mark, you spoke about trenching last week. David has said, wouldn't trenching make it more uneven?
Not if you do it the right way.
No, it's like a little,
Yeah.
yes, it bobbles, but it stays in the valley, in the trench,
Yeah,
which is the
yeah.
whole idea of trench.
Yeah.
trenching.
You don't have to basically lay down the tracks all the way. if you put about 5 down, you almost bulletproof yourself if it's the right line.
2 people come to mind when I think of trenching, and that's Xander Schauffele
British Open.
and Wyndham Clark.
Yes,
US Open.
There's 2. And I didn't bring my chalkboard in for the watch list, by the way. It's sitting at home. It's all written up. It looks beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, and I forgot to bring it in.
Chalkboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Next time.
We got
next time.
Wyndham. Who were they? Wyndham,
Bryson.
and
Reed.
Patrick Reed. So the next person on the watch list chalkboard knocks out
Patrick Reed.
Reed. Think about that.
So just number 3 always gets knocked out. Can't get like, okay.
Well,
all right.
we don't have the resources to watch 12. We've only got the resources to watch 3.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey, Nick and Mark, long-time Kiwi listener here. Love the show. As a proud Kiwi, I always enjoy hearing how complimentary you both are about Kiwi golfers and New Zealand golf courses. Obviously missed your comment a couple of weeks ago where you had a crack at Kiwis, Mark.
Maybe, yes.
One golfer who I don't actually think even Kiwis give enough credit to is Michael Campbell. We all know he won the US Open, of course, but I recall watching him in the late 90s and 2000s, and there was no better sight than Cambo on the charge, knocking flags out. Nick, I reckon you would have played with Cambo a bit, and I think your Kiwi listeners and others would love to hear your take on what a flusher he was in his heyday. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, many times played with Cambo, one of the legends. Had a great wine collection too, so we used to get on pretty well.
Oh, yeah, you would then.
He stocked up on the Rockfords.
He loved a good time,
Yeah,
Cambo. I've been out with him many times.
No, he did. I was on the receiving end of one of his performances one year in Perth at the Heineken Classic. You remember that at the Vines? I was leading going into the final round, and I realised I didn't play great that day. I think I shot around par, but if I was leading by 2 shots.
Yeah.
If I'd have shot 67, I still would have got beaten because he shot 64.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best rounds of golf I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He had Sponge on the bag, Michael Waite.
Yeah.
And, he was an absolute flusher, Cambo. I love playing with him because the rhythm, it was a faster tempo swing, but my goodness, when he got on a roll, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He was in the middle of my story when I was going to win the New Zealand Open.
Yes.
So he was on the tee with me.
He was on the tee with him. Was he
on
going,
the tee.
oh my God.
He's looking at me through my fingers. If you don't know the story, I don't know. I can't really go through it again, can I? But basically,
You can say the perfect one line.
Basically,
Willie, hang on.
Michael Campbell, he was first to hit. We're in the last group on the 3rd day, and his intro lasted a long, long time because he'd won so much at that point in his career.
And a local.
Then it got to my turn. I had rounds of 64, 69 from Victoria with a 4-shot lead. I've mucked this up because I haven't rehearsed it.
Never won a tournament.
He's never won a tournament in his life. Let's see if he can hold it together. From Victoria, Mark Allen and Cambo. Honestly, he was just looking at me like that. It was horrifying. I hit the worst shot. I hit a toe sky. Just a pop down the right-hand side. It was so horrible. Would have only, I was trying to hit it 240 yards. I reckon it would have gone 190 yards. It was just a shocking shot.
Well, needless to say, you didn't hang on.
Thanks, Nick.
Righto. Last week, we had a message from a member at Port Kembla Golf Club in the gorgeous city of Wollongong, Paradise. Paradise by the beach.
There we go. Handpicked again.
Is this the winner for the...
Yeah, is this the winner for
No, this is not the Kangaroo Island winner.
right.
No, I'm just... This is a genuine comment from somebody at Port Kembla in Wollongong. Now, Mark, you've got in front of you, you've got an email
That's
there.
it.
No, an email. There's a bit of paper there. One of those is an email. Now, the email we had last week that read out was from a member who was, that's the one there, Mark, who was talking about a new rule that you guys talked about and had a couple of different views on. We got a follow-up email from Josh at the Port Kembla Golf Club who clarified elements of it. And Mark, I'd like you to read this out if you could. That would be helpful.
Okay. So, hi, Nick and Mark. I wanted to reach out regarding your recent email about the pace of play penalties at Port Kembla Golf Club.
Oh, yes.
The explanation that was provided doesn't accurately reflect how our penalty system works. So I thought I'd offer some clarification.
Perfect.
Very nice of you, Josh. This is great.
It was the 7-minute rule or something, wasn't it?
Something crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
That didn't make sense to us.
Not
Or
really.
did it?
No.
I can't
that's
remember.
Fine.
No, you thought it was a bit harsh.
Yeah. A group that loses 7 minutes on the group in front receives a 1-stroke penalty, and a group that loses 14 minutes actually receives a 3-stroke penalty. Wow, it goes up. I like this toughness. Well done. With 7-minute tee times, you have to walk off the 18th green 14 minutes after the group in front does to lose 7 minutes and receive a 1-stroke penalty. Put it another way, our 9th and 18th holes are par 5s, and we expect groups to take 15 minutes to play those holes. If your group has lost 7 minutes on the group in front, you're teeing off while the group in front is walking off the green, and your group has effectively lost an entire par 5. I thought that context was worth sharing because I think it does change the way the penalty is interpreted.
That makes sense.
It is only in place on Wednesdays and Sundays, our largest competition days, and there have only been 14 groups out of nearly 350 penalised in the last 4 weeks.
Very good.
Sounds like they're moving pretty well.
Great.
Thanks for taking the time to read this, and I appreciate all the work that you guys put into the show. Good on you, Josh. Thanks for clarifying that.
Makes sense.
Look,
So if you get to the tee and the other group's walking off the green, you better run that last hole.
that's right. It's funny, traditionally groups, particularly if you hit off the 1st and the 10th, there's a 7-minute and then an 8-minute and then a 7-minute, then an 8-minute because it adds up to 15, and that's how you get the group squeezed into 60 minutes, which is 1 hour. I reckon there's got to be a better system somehow. I know everyone's trying to pack people onto the course, but I know just from my experience at golf clubs where I've played, if there's a 1-tee start and everyone hits off in 10-minute intervals, there's a lot less that can go wrong. The 7-minute and 8-minute, 7-minute, 8-minute intervals, 2-tee start, gee whiz, you only need one group to bugger everything right up. So, obviously people have been playing golf for a long time, but it is stressful for people in that situation if you've just got someone who's new to the game or someone who's having a nightmare, or maybe 3 of the 4 people are having a nightmare. It can really put the slows on everybody playing that morning or afternoon.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Josh. We will go to the turn and grab a party pie, and we're going to come back and we're going to find out who the next person in the draw to go to the cliffs at Kangaroo Island with you is, Mark.
What are the odds they're from Wollongong and don't have a follicle on their scone?
Okay, well, that's defamatory.
Pretty high, I would say.
Pretty high.
That
All
is
right, let's see if things change. That's coming up next.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. The golf clearance outlet, they beat everyone's prices. And better, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Okay, it's time to find out who is next into the draw in this wonderful prize that we've got going. And thanks to everybody who's organised this, Titleist and FootJoy, of course. Darius Oliver has put his hand up and made things work. A trip to the cliffs on Kangaroo Island.
Yeah. And everything is included. Flights, transfers, food, accommodation.
For you and a friend?
For you and a friend, if you win, it's a great trip. So we've already got 3 people in the draw. And now we're going to put our 4th in the draw today. There's going to be 8 in total.
Okay.
All right, today's. This is from Peter Klein.
I know that name.
Peter Klein, okay. I was enticed into golf by the president of my local club who wanted to introduce juniors to the game. I caddied for him for a year while I learnt about the game, the rules and the etiquette. The club hosted what was at the time the biggest pro-am in Australia, and I caddied for him when he paired with Ian Baker Finch.
Oh, wow.
I learned so much from these experiences, and as a 26-year-old joined the committee, I spent 17 years as a committee member over 2 stints, giving back to the club that gave me so much. The attached photo, which is 40 years old, became part of the history of the club as my friend, the other junior in the photo, and also a caddy, died in a car accident soon afterwards. I had my son come through as an intermittent caddy for me as a kid. He's 25 now, plays off a 6 handicap, the little bugger, just to pip me. And the photo that he has sent through
Give us a look at this
is
thing.
a ripper.
Oh, wow.
Have a look at that.
Gosh.
Where's this character from, Peter Klein? Where is he from?
Oh, he is from Huntingdale.
There you go. I was a member there for 30 years. That's why I know the name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great story. Great to have him in the draw too. What a fabulous
Gosh,
picture.
How young does
so
Finchy look?
good. I know, yeah.
And I don't want to be rude here, boys. Can I point something out? Full head of hair.
Oh,
Yes.
Full head of hair.
Everyone's got hair.
Yeah. Everyone's got hair. I mean, that was 40 years ago.
Finchy with the moustache, is it?
yeah.
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Anyway, so well done. You are in the draw for well, maybe to go to Kangaroo Island, Peter.
Good luck.
And looks like he's going to take his son Brendan with him. If he wins, he's listed Brendan there. And by the way, geez, they're good handicaps. 6.8 and 5.6.
No, they're good golfers.
Yeah.
Fabulous golfers.
Jeez.
Okay.
nice.
Both members at Huntingdale, I imagine.
Yes, I imagine so.
So they'd be pretty happy with the new course too.
Yep, they would be. Okay, so and if you haven't entered yet, links are on the socials. Still a couple of weeks to enter, and we've got another 4 people to put in the draw, which is great.
The correct post is pinned to all of our socials.
It is
nice
indeed.
and easy.
Okay, this comes from Spike. Hey boys, love the show. I watched Shiho Kuwacki win the Women's British Open. When putting, she has an upright stance and stands very close to the ball. What are the pros and cons of this?
Yeah, I reckon. Well, the pros are that you're very connected. Normally, when you're standing close to the ball, you've got your arms. Basically, I always call it your triceps are kind of on your rib cage, and that makes it very easy for when your shoulders turn for everything to move together.
Yeah.
So that's one of the great things about it.
You have a very square to square stroke doing that.
That's right.
Yeah.
One of the cons, to your point, when I stand really close, I get almost the club going on the outside. And you can stand kind of close to close and get the square to square. But
well, your eyes also get outside the line, which is kind of why that putter head then starts to go out and you can cut across the ball a little bit. So that's where the putting mirror comes in really well. Get your eyes in the right position and figure out if you want to stand tall or bend over, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That certainly helps.
I know there's been some putters with their eyes on just the outside and just the inside. And, most golfers, they'll tell you that they want their eyes right over the line. But I think if you're sort of close-ish.
In that area.
Then you should be right.
Yeah, the one player, it's funny, it's on the women's game as well, Jie Shin. She has her eyes so far outside the ball. It's the most I've ever seen. And she's almost hitting a right foot on the backstroke. I mean, her putter head is so close to her feet. I wouldn't term her a great putter. She's a great ball striker, but she's a good putter.
Yeah.
But it's a personal preference. Obviously works for Shiho, and she won the Women's Open doing it. So.
It's my memory the Shark at some stage, because he's had quite a few different putting techniques, I reckon. But at one stage when he was looping, I felt like he was, when he started with the ball on the toe and then he'd loop it out. I think we spoke about it not long ago. The way I remember him doing that, he was standing so tall that he ended up being close because of how tall his stance was.
A little bit like Crenshaw in that regard.
But of all facets of the game, putting is the one where so many different things can work. It's just whether you've got the confidence in it happening.
Message here from John. Guys, you mentioned Scott Werne the other day playing in Canada. He teaches now at Keilor Golf Club in Melbourne. Really down-to-earth bloke. When my partner took up golf, I got her some lessons with him. I was blown away by how well he had her swinging in just a 30-minute lesson.
Yeah, Scotty. There's a famous story about Scotty. He finished 5th in an Australian PGA, and he was doing quite well at the halfway mark. In fact, he might have even been leading. And he told the story at the halfway mark that there was a while where he had no money, played professional golf, and was sleeping on park benches.
Seriously?
Mid-tournament.
Oh, my gosh.
Ooh.
So because I was reasonably close with him, my circle of friends, we've been calling him Park Bench for the rest of the time.
Oh, come on.
So I still, when I see Scotty Werne, I still say Park Bench. How you going?
No, you cannot say that.
It's true. It's a
Can't
true
say
story.
that. This one comes from, we might finish on this one. This one comes from Billy. Guys, I struggled with the grip when I took up golf later in life. I took lessons, did everything I could to get better, but it wasn't until I started using the 10-finger grip that the grip felt right, and I won my seniors club championship, got down to a handicap of 1 using the 10-finger grip.
Nice masterclass last week.
Yes.
Hey.
From Queenstown.
Yeah, nice.
Or Michael Thorbjornsson. He was the 10-finger guy that was based on. And if it works, it works. And weirdly, as kids, we probably start out with 10 fingers. And somewhere along the line, you get told, interlock or overlap. And for some...
it ends up being, when you grip a golf club, a lot of people grip it with their hands down at first. It's when you start gripping the club with the forearm and your hands lined up, that it does feel more comfortable to have an interlock or an overlap.
All right, that's the Friday feedback pod for today, boys. And a reminder that we will have our Claude Harmon III chat next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And for an early taste, go to his podcast, which is Son of a Butch.
Such a good name.
Yeah, great.
Almost as good as ours.
Almost as good as ours. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the feedback. Keep it coming. Go to our socials and send us some more questions. Hopefully, we'll get your answers answered. We'll catch you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Better, ahead of the game. And Host Plus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.